we're on it for real now.
What's up, everybody? This is actually a video I've been very excited about, and a lot of people have helped with this project. But this is the 2025 Marji build video. Last year, I raced multiple different bikes. This year, I've been racing this bike all year in pretty much the same setup. And part of that is just because I've wanted to race the bike that I felt the most confident on. Last time I did this race was 2023, and I finished in about pretty much 13 hours. It was like 13 hours and 1 minute or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I was about an hour off of the belt buckle time.
It had like just gotten dark when you finished.
Yeah, I had no experience with this race before. I don't think we made race recaps back then.
No, it would have been
2023. We made a pre-race video. It was one of the first videos we've ever made.
We didn't do race recaps, and I didn't film during the race because we didn't do that.
This year, Chase is gonna be my SAG, and we're gonna do, if you guys liked the Madahe video, we're gonna do that again. Chase is gonna do a live vlog of the race while it's going on, so that hopefully that turns out super cool again, because I think everyone I've talked to really liked that Madahe video. But this is worthy of doing a full bike build video because we're gonna change a lot of stuff today and tomorrow. Some stuff didn't come in the mail, so we have to do some more filming with this tomorrow, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep using the same bike, but we're gonna change a lot of stuff. If you want us to build you a custom BC40 or any bike from any of the brands that we sell, hit us up, link down below. If you just want to buy some of the stuff we talk about, we have a lot of it in stock and you can just order it right now. Really appreciate the support, and I guess subscribe to see how this ends up, because the race is in 2 weeks. So yeah, BC40 build. All right, so the most interesting thing is we're gonna do a 130 pike on the front of the bike. I'm gonna talk about this more. I don't have the parts that I need for this right now today, so this will be later on in the video. We'll talk more about the pike. Today, we're gonna be doing a wheel swap, and the reason being is that Marji is effectively a race that is just 100% chunky rocks. Like, there's never a point where it's not chunky rocks. And although I would love to have the lightweight climbing of these wheels, I do not want to shatter a carbon spoke during this race. I'm not sitting here claiming that I don't think that that's likely to happen.
It's just a precaution.
I'm just taking a precaution. I have a lot of resources at my disposal to build bikes like this. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and say, if this is the only wheel set I had, I would run it, but we are actually gonna go back to old, trusty Zip high top SWs. I think this was Chase's wheel set, or it might've been Trey's, I don't know. Somebody's wheel set. We've used these a ton. The reason I wanted to pick these was that they are legitimately compliant. Whenever Chase, you kind of rode these a lot more than everyone else did.
Yeah, I think I rode them until you put your old road ball.
Yeah, the Team Boys on it. The whole point of this wheel set is that it like has a built-in compliance in the rim, and for Marji, I think that's gonna make just perfect sense. I was debating buying a set of NV M5s, and I would have ran those also had I had a set, but I don't, and so we do have these on hand, so that's just the reason I went with this. The main goal of this is that I want metal spokes. Just in case I break a spoke, it won't be the end of my ride, because again, this is so severe an event that you kind of need to start taking some of these precautions. Hopefully me talking about putting a pike on my bike puts it into perspective of how severe this course is. We are going to be doing something exciting. Vittoria sent me these. Thank you to Vittoria. These are the Airliner XCs. And we got...
They always remind me of pool noodles.
Yeah, I've never tried the Airliner XC. I will say during Marji in 2023, I ran liners, so
You had Cushcore then.
Yeah.
You had a Vittoria set for a hot second, but I don't think they were XC, like there was like a gravel.
I never used them.
They were like a different texture too.
No, I never used Vittorias before. This will be my first try on them.
So
yeah, I love Cushcore, but it's heavy, y'all. These are not heavy. These
are super lightweight.
We're gonna actually weigh them here in a second.
Claimed weight is 55 grams per liner.
And we're installing the...
Is there a liner?
Should be.
Is it?
Yeah, they sell them in boxes with one. Okay. We do have these in stock right now. If you guys need some airliners, definitely hit us up. Or Vittoria Tires. We've been huge fans of their new tires and highly recommend them. So if you're looking for some awesome stuff, I've been racing them all year. Hit us up. We have them in stock. Those valves are sweet. First.
Where did these? Oh,
they come with
airliner valves.
Yeah, and it's because it has the holes on the side. A lot of tubeless valves have these now, but like it has the holes on the side so it can inflate around the foam. Insert. Yeah, they're fairly accurate, 60 grams. This isn't a very accurate scale either. I'm really excited to try these out. Like I said, I used Cushcore for a bit, and the reason I stopped using it was purely because the Cushcore, while I love the way it feels when you're riding, it's really heavy, and I ultimately decided that I didn't need it anymore.
Watching how easy it was for you to pop this on, Cushcore was like a battle every time. Like, you were really good at getting it on. But
yeah,
like,
I did it a lot.
Anytime we sold Cushcore to a customer, they would like take it home, try to put it on, and then be back to have Jesse do it. This was a lot easier to pop on, which I appreciate.
We're gonna bump up the tread. We're gonna go with the Barzo on the front here. The Marji course has so little smooth sections, almost none. In my opinion, there's almost no downside to going with a little bit bigger tire, especially if it's ending up to be a wet year. I just see zero downside in going with the Barzo on the front. Honestly, the rolling resistance data on this tire has been pretty good. Like, everybody's seeing, seemingly it's a pretty fast tire.
I have really liked the Barzo on my rides so far. I raced at Shenandoah.
Oh, whoa.
What's happening?
I think I ripped it. I don't think that's a huge deal.
Oh, you did rip it. Do you think you should put the tire
yeah,
on?
I'm gonna redo this. I'm gonna redo this. I'm doing this the way that I would do Cushcore. I did not read the instructions, so that's on me. We're gonna put this on. My goal this year, I would never say that this is a guarantee, but I did it in 13 hours 2 years ago. I somehow finished with 117 miles. Definitely took a wrong turn, or I think I took 2 wrong turns. My goal is to purely I just want to see if I can do the 12 hours and get the belt buckle. I think that it is within reason for me to have that as a goal. I think that if I have a good day out there, I'm definitely capable of doing it, but we're gonna find out. Hopefully it works out, because I think that would be a really cool thing to do.
Gotta start collecting all the buckles.
Yeah, I have another one up there now.
I
You
got
see I put it up there?
I'm gonna have to come up with like a new buckle display for you.
Yeah, that was the right way to do it. So I totally did that wrong the first time. Doing it the way I just did it was super easy. And then usually with these things, I never try to put sealant through the valves, like
on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, like I'd never even bother. With this, no.
Really?
No way. Insane. It's close enough.
You're right. I guess that would be tough.
This is so easy to put on. It's like no problem at all. So we're gonna do some stands.
Gotta seal it up.
Yeah.
What a clean pour. I make a mess.
I want to look at it. Let me look at it. Whoa. That's sick.
Yeah, it is sick.
He stole those from me, everybody.
Did he? Oh, no.
Yeah, at the beginning of this video, he said, Vittoria sent these to me.
They sent them to Trey.
Mine.
I was the reason why Vittoria sent them to you, but they did send them to you.
Well, but isn't Trey, like, you're using them now, and then Trey's going to take them back for
Trey's going to use them
little sugar,
and then I have to
and then big sugar?
Yeah, we'll see if I have the energy to swap them while I'm at the sugars.
This is not...
You'll be fine.
I'm sure there'll be many more videos where I say this, but I'm going to be at the little and big sugar areas all week long. Wait, did those come with valves?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sick.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're great.
Those are cool.
Like I said, we have these in stock, so if you want airliners, just order them, y'all.
Yelp just called the store.
Yeah, so-
Why are you anti-Yelp?
Yelp is like a mob. What they do is they call small businesses and they threaten them.
Have you been threatened before by Yelp?
Yeah. They have a script. They say however many people visit the Yelp listing, and then they say they're gonna go elsewhere, right?
Oh yeah, he told me that we've lost 500 customers, and I was like, wow, what data?
Yeah, so what Yelp does, they purposely engineer their...
Scare tactics.
No, but they'll throttle your listing on purpose. So they're gonna throttle our Yelp listing now because you said no. Like basically the way it operates, it's a pay to play. So you have to pay them to get your listing having good standing. And if you don't pay them, they artificially lower it. I know people that have worked at Yelp. Well, also it's all over the internet, so it's not even really secret. But yeah, Yelp is like the worst company in the world. And if you have a small business, just tell them that you use Google. And Google doesn't do that. And tell them that you don't want to be involved, because I don't.
Yeah, I hung up on them.
Cool. So we're gonna do, where are we at? We're doing mezcal on the
We are
back.
we're on airliner number 2.
Doing the mezcal on the rear. Same thing. We just want a little bit more tread for this race. There's just nothing to be gained with like semi-slick tires at this event, so no reason to run them. We are gonna mess with the chainring as well.
So you rode the bike outside real quick?
This was a great idea. Obviously, in the parking lot, it's hard to tell like what's going on with the full ride, but the fork feels amazing. I mean, it's a pike. It's what I'd expect. But that's the whole point of this whole project, is that the pike is a more comfortable fork. And I'm not saying the SID is bad. I love the SID. The SID 35 is amazing. But I think Marji and possibly Pisgah 111 definitely deserves this kind of setup. We did add a lot of weight to the bike, and we're gonna add some more. Right now, I just weighed it off camera. We are weighing in at 26.02, which is not terrible considering what we've done. We've added 2 tire inserts, much heavier fork that we're still gonna make heavier, by the way. The flight attendant's probably gonna add another 100 to 200 grams, and then added a little bit more durable wheel set. But I think it's turned out really good. Like that's exactly the weight I was expecting. So we're not going crazy with the weight, but I think all of these adjustments are gonna add up to a really awesome bike for this event.
Yeah, I think this will for sure be worth it.
I'm so excited. I almost wish I did this for Shenandoah. Oh, I couldn't have. I didn't have all the parts.
We still don't have the parts.
They're coming tomorrow. We are going to also be doing a 34 tooth chainring on this bike.
Are you doing that today or tomorrow?
Should we do it today?
Just do it right now. We have a lot to film tomorrow too.
Okay, cool. I'll do it right now. We've been filming a lot of videos today, y'all.
I'm over here way behind the camera, mic'd up, working.
So you can hear Trey talking. So I'm gonna be running a 34 tooth chainring at Marji. I have never done that before, but I've been considering it for a while. I recently dropped my gravel bike down from 48 to 46, and I've been really liking that. Marji has like no benefit to running a big chainring, and I think that the 34 is gonna be perfect for this. I did that off camera because I forgot that we were filming it, but I am gonna run a 34. Next thing we're gonna do, which is the last thing we're gonna do, is the flight attendant upgrade. I was gonna try to see if there was any differences between these. They don't look very different. It's a little bit bigger, I think. I don't know, it's really hard to tell. No, it's a little different, yeah. No, it's not. I don't know if it's different. This might be different. But it definitely has a different part number. The box says Pike on it. Yeah, Pike module. I was not expecting retail packaging with this stuff. I got this from warranty inventory, but they clearly put it in retail boxes. So hopefully this is a thing that people are able to purchase in the future, because the backwards compatibility of the Pike is much longer than the SID. So this is a like 2023 Pike, The SID, only the 2025 and newer can be upgraded, whereas you can go all the way back to 2023 with the Pike. So there's a lot of these out there that could be upgraded if you decided you wanted to. And I did a little bit of research. It's pretty much the same procedure, although the damper is very different. So this is a Flight Attendant Pike Buttercup damper that is stuck in plastic. It has a sticker on it that says to remove it, which we'll do. I wonder what that sticker's for.
Looks like it's covering a hole.
Oh. I'm gonna put that back on for right now. So it's covering some kind of hole, just because I haven't even taken the other one out yet. And then it does come with all of the new hardware like any damper should. Yeah. So let's take it apart. Like this. Sweet. All right. So this is going to be a new experience though for me. I've taken the air spring out of this fork many times, but I've never. There we go. I've never taken the damper out of it. And we're gonna see what's underneath here. Got a little, gonna try not to like, gonna try not to lose any of these pieces, but does that just like come off? Oh, I see, it's a snap ring. So I remove that snap ring and I'm hoping this comes out. Okay, nope.
Code word. Their shot's code word.
Oh, you know what's really funny about that is that there's just a bolt on this that I didn't see. My bad, guys. Sometimes you just don't see what's going on, but we still do need to figure out how to remove this piece. Maybe we don't. Maybe I can get to it now. This fork has an independent low and high speed compression. So there's two different dials. So that's the inner one and the outer one. I think I can just get a tool on there now. Yep, so we can remove it now. Shouldn't be a problem. I made that a little hard on myself, but that's okay. Now we can pull the bottom, which is another small tool here. And that just comes out. It's a simple 5mm Allen key on the bottom there. So what we're gonna do, pull the top. We're gonna undo the top. We're leaving the bottom attached for now. And this just kind of is like a super long threaded piece. I'm trying my best to get an angle.
On a stool to like get low
Yeah,
and film it.
an angle where everybody can see what I'm doing here. Sweet. There we go. So that's loose now. I'm gonna go grab the bucket and then we can drop it out. One thing I really like about RockShox forks is how easy they are to like service and work on. And a big reason for that is just there's not that many like proprietary tools. I mean, there's a lot of proprietary parts, but not proprietary tools. Okay, so we loosened that. And this is threaded into the bottom of the damper. I'll be able to show you this better once we look at the other one. But it's currently kind of like suctioned onto the bottom. We're gonna knock it loose and then unthread it all the way. Nope. Okay, so it's still stuck. There we go, I felt it break free. Yeah, you see how it's just free now? So you can, and then this is gonna, liquid's gonna pour out. So that's why we get the cornmeal meal, whatever we use. It's basically like oil dry, but it's like a, I don't know, some kind of oil pan mix thing. Sweet. We can pull this one out of the fork. Big dog. And I'm gonna wipe it down. That was a lot of oil. I'm gonna have to look up the oil bath chart to see what we need to put back in it, but that's a lot more oil than like a SID takes. And then I usually like to reassemble these. Like I put all the pieces back on the top just to make it easier to like store. So I'm gonna reverse engineer the extra stuff I took apart that I didn't even need to take apart. And then we can store this in case we ever wanna put it back. Get the high speed on. All right, real quick, we are gonna weigh these dampers. So I've reattached all the necessary bits, everything, including the dials. We did put a rubber band around this one. Brilliant! Trey did that to help us do this really quick. And this is where most of the weight of the SID versus the Pike comes from. I mean, there's a lot of other things too, but the dampers are the big difference here. 330 on the normal Charger 3 damper that I have, which is an old Charger 3 damper. It's not the latest Charger 3, but it's still probably similar. This is with the battery. Actually, it's not too bad. So we're adding 70 grams to the fork. I mean, that's really not that bad. One thing that I'm really curious about, so on the Charger 3 damper, you have a high speed and low speed compression setting on the top, but with the flight attendant, there is just the flight attendant. It looks exactly like the SID. And so what we're gonna learn about, and I'm guessing it's just like in the app maybe, we'll figure that out in a second once we get it set up. But I'm gonna set this one back in the box, pop this back off really quick. And then we are going to be, oh, I need to take this out too. And now we can pull this off. So what this is there's like a spring in here that's really hard to see. And I'm guessing there's fluid in here that can spill out. And I think that's why they shipped it out like that. In fact, I'm probably spilling it right now. Not spilled, but it's clearly something. So drop it back in. Dang, it's such a long thing. There we go. Oh, okay. So we're just gonna have to compress it to get it started, it looks like. Not a huge deal. Honestly, that was easier than some SIDs that I've done. How many SID upgrades have I done? This is the first Pike upgrade that I've ever messed with. I've sold a bunch of Pike flight attendant forks, but I've never like taken them apart. So this is like the first time I've seen what's going on in the inside. Sweet. Next, we want to find my syringe, and we need to put 30 milliliters in there. So a considerable amount of fluid. Oh, dang it. That's probably 30. It's like a little bit off the charts. A little bit extra probably wouldn't hurt anything either. Okay. So then put that upside down and you'll see that the buttercup on the bottom is blocking my path from injecting the fluid. And what you want to do I'm wondering if we should put it on from the top. Let me try something. We're gonna do this backwards because that damper has a lot of force on it, and getting the fluid to go in there I think would be pretty hard. So I'm gonna try to do it this other direction. I think this is gonna work. I don't think this is like really the right way to do this, but I also think it is gonna be just fine. Just gonna inject it into the side like this. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I'm honestly like, I know that was weird, but like it worked and I don't see an issue with it at all. There we go. Once that sits low, like once you get that in there, it fits super nice. There was one rubber band that came with this. I think this rubber band goes here. And it looks like on the manual, like they just kind of, it makes it look really easy to like just push the damper spring up with the tool to get the fluid into the lowers, but I guess I did it kind of a weird way, which is probably just fine. I don't think it's a big deal. All right, so now we have the module. Do you want to see something crazy? What's it doing?
Cooking.
It's definitely doing something. Also, this is really weird. There's like extra.
It's extra chunk there.
There's extra contacts. I wonder what that's for. I've never seen that before.
New mega battery coming soon.
This one has 5 too. I just never noticed.
What is that for?
I've just never noticed that before.
The batteries only have 3, right?
Somebody comment down below if you know what that's for. Cool, so then we can just drop this in. Sometimes you have to aim these things a little bit. Yeah. The way I usually do this is with a pair of pliers. I just gently rotate this connection piece on the inside to try to line up with that, which is not what I just did, but. There we go. Got that lined up. So what I'm gonna have to do over the next 2 weeks is effectively ride this bike every day to try to train the suspension. But also Trey had an idea that I thought was really interesting.
I don't know if this is true, but when flight attendant is learning about you as you ride, because it learns more as you ride, basically what I think it is learning is just your power zones pretty much. And based on what zone you're pedaling at is what it's deciding to do. So like when you pedal really hard up a climb, it knows to go into pedal mode because you're pedaling harder and you want the bike to be stiffer. But you can adjust the settings in the flight attendant app and you can adjust your zones. So I don't know if you actually need flight attendant to learn you once you know your zones. I think you can just go into the app and type in your zones and then it doesn't have to do the whole 8 ride learning process. So you could at least give it a baseline and then tell it to go from there or learn from there. I don't know if it'll actually help or not. This was just a theory that I had. So I think Jesse's gonna try it and see if it works.
Yeah, once we get this all in the phone app, we're gonna see like what the deal is. And I'm gonna ride it tonight and I'll know exactly like if it was true or not. Did Keegan talk about that on like a podcast or something?
So Keegan didn't talk about it not learning about him, but he adjusted his, I saw this, he talked about it somewhere before Leadville, that his flight attendant was adjusted based on the training he's been doing, which most of his training is at endurance and tempo, which is lower than his race pace. So since it learned a lower power zone, he wanted to up it going into the race so it would run technically like a little stiffer. So we just adjusted his zones up and then it ran at his race day power zones, if that makes sense. So it learned too low and he wanted it higher, so he adjusted it. And so I'm thinking, well, then does it need to learn you at all, or can you just type in the zones you want it to run off of?
I'm excited to see how this turns out. Did you know we only added 70 grams?
That's not a lot.
No.
Is the SID more?
I wonder if the SID's more.
SID was like half a pound, is what everybody was saying.
I don't know. On this pike, we added 70 grams.
That's like nothing.
Oh, okay. So this is the question I had, which is the low speed compression. So the high speed compression is now controlled by a flight attendant, but the low speed compression is now a phone app button. So you can manually override the adaptive zones. Auto detect needs the 20 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is just connect to my SID and we're going to plug those in and see how it does. Does that make sense, Trey? Or should I auto detect it and have it organically start from 0?
I want to do that. I want to test the thing.
To see if it works?
Yeah.
Let's get the zones from the other fork. If you have 2 SIDs, it's very easy just to swap the module over and it has all the data in it already. But since the pike topper piece is different, all right, so we've got the sprint. My low is like 0 to 300. Medium is 295 to 327. High is 375. So this is basically saying that I have 370 watt FTP, which is probably right. What do you think about that, Trey? So like these are the power zones that my fork has like extrapolated over the last like 2 years. And it's actually like pretty cool that it's like not that far off of like what.
What do you think the difference between sprint and high is?
I don't know.
Because like it can't get more stiff than high, right? Like high is just locked out, right?
I would assume so.
I don't know. That's interesting. So you think this will work just plugging those numbers
Yeah,
into that
because
fork?
I told it what I wanted.
Okay, will it continue learning if you plug it in, or is it
Sure.
stuck?
It might be stuck.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, will it continue to learn if you plug it in?
I wonder if it'll learn in the background.
Wait, let's see. Hold on.
Because if I switch it off to auto detect, it takes away the zones.
Yeah.
I hope I don't have to do that again. Oh no, it knows them. I'm wondering because I don't have enough time to.
I think it'll keep learning though.
I hope so.
And then you can adjust your bias,
Yeah.
which makes it like prefer more locked out or more open,
Well,
depending
and-
on how you like. Maybe depending on race scenario. If you know you're doing a gravel race, you would want the bias to be
I always leave mine at
more.
0.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then there's also the low speed. So you know how I had 2 dials and now I only have 1?
Yeah.
This is how you change that. So this is the low speed. And this is actually really interesting. We're actually going to turn it all the way off. Because the point of this is that I want a super squishy suspension whenever it's open. Like it's Marji.
Yeah.
All it is boulder.
Yeah.
So like I'm going to turn this all the way down. And I even like how it like tells you what it's doing. So as you turn it up, it like tells you like, oh, hey, you're making this stiffer off the top.
Yeah.
So all the way
Which
up.
you don't want.
No, I think I had this fork all the way open before, so I'm gonna turn that all the way down. If it's too squishy, I can always change it in the app. And then I do need to do one thing, which is configure the controls. I personally don't like to override flight attendant, so I run both my buttons as the seat post. You ready to weigh this thing, dude?
Yeah, weigh it up.
I already kind of know what it weighs, and I already said it in the beginning of this video. What I'm really just hoping for is that we didn't go above 27. If we're still in the 26s, that would be really good, I think. That's the full.
26.34 or 26.12.
Cool. So we're still 26 pounds with the full build. I think that's
That's sick that you're under 27.
yeah, especially with like everything we did to it. I mean, double liners, flight attendant, pike. I mean, this is a heavy fork. I mean, the fork is a full pound on its own that we added.
I think this is the move though for Marji.
Yeah, super excited to give it a try again. I'm honestly really excited to go ride this. Like I said at the beginning of this video, we've been building a lot of flight attendant pike BC40s. The only way you can currently purchase this way, first off, we'd have to do a custom build, which is what we do with every BC40. But what you do is you buy the pike fork in a 140, and then you swap the air spring to a 130. Because normally like the customer needs the fork to begin with too. So we're never like trying to upgrade somebody's fork. The best way to get this setup achieved is to buy the Pike 140 flight attendant, which is the only way you can buy it. And then buy the air spring. The air spring is like 60 bucks and it's a pretty easy swap to do. I think we did it in a video a long time ago, a Score 2030 video. I think I swapped the air spring. That's the same fork from that video. But yeah, BC40 Marji build.
If there's anything anyone wants to see or see from Marji, comment below.
Yeah, and if you want to hang out, I'll be around. Definitely, I'll be at the packet pickup. Feel free to say hi. Anyway, I guess we'll see you out there.